on a predicted heat strain model. And the speaker is Sheng Yang.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my honor today to present our paper, Algorithm to Calculate Human Calorie Expenditure Based on a Predicted Heat Strain Model. As we all know, calorie expenditure monitors has become more and more desirable because the increasing pursuit of healthy lifestyle. Of all the methods, indirect calorimetry is the most accurate. It measures the oxygen uptakes and carbon dioxide production to calculate the calorie that we have spent. But as you can see in the picture, it is not a comfortable choice for everyday use. So we turn to alternative methods for help. So we can search the calorie expenditure lookup chart for how many calories that we have spent. It is based on the weight of the subjects and also what kind of sports that we have been involved with. We can also use smart wearable devices to track how many calories that we have spent. However, compared with indirect calorimetry, they are not accurate enough. Besides, we don't even know what kind of model they have been using to calculate the calorie expended. So we will think about a question about this. It would be really nice if we can find a model which has been scientifically proven, accurate, and it would be really nice. And it would be even better if this kind of model or algorithm can be implemented through advanced sensor technologies. So this is the motivation of this paper. So today, first, we are going to introduce predicted heat strain model, which has been scientifically proven accurate. And then we are going to introduce the algorithm to use predicted heat strain model in a reverse way to calculate metabolic rate, which can also be used to calculate the calorie expended. This new algorithm has the potential to be implemented through advanced sensor technologies, and it also has the ability to maintain accuracy and convenience at the same time. And we are going to also present some of the details of this algorithm. We are going to focus on the solution of how we can cope with the extreme conditions. Predicted heat strain model, PHSM, was introduced in ISO 17933. It is a method to estimate the sweat rate and internal core temperature that subjects will develop in response to certain work environments and working conditions. The proposition of this model is to evaluate the safety of certain hot and humid working conditions. After the proposition of this PHSM, a lot of research has been done and a lot of paper has been published to verify PHSM. This is one of the results that have been published. As we can see, observed and predicted sweat rate have very good correlation. According to these researchers, we believe that PHSM shows very good accuracy and it is scientifically proven accurate. So let's review some of the basic theory of PHSM. It lies in heat balance model of human body, which can be simplified and expressed in the formula here. On the left, M is the metabolic rate. It represents the heat produced during the exercise within human body. It is balanced by heat flow through respiration, heat exchanges on the skin, and heat storage. What we would like to pay attention to is E and S. E is heat exchanges on the skin through evaporation, which means sweat. And S is the heat storage, which means the temperature increase in human body. So ISO 17933, it not only provided us the PHSM, the model, but it also provided us a lot of empirical formulas and scientific formulas for us to calculate and evaluate heat exchanges. So with these formulas, we can use environmental conditions and physiological parameters to calculate heat exchanges. In PHSM, metabolic rate is considered as known. So for certain kind of exercise, we can use the known metabolic rate to calculate the heat dissipation through sweat and the heat storage. With these two items, we can calculate the corresponding sweat rate and predict the body temperature. So we will think about one question. If the sweat rate and body temperature, they are not calculated and predicted, they are actually can be measured and collected from the sensor. Then we can use the collected data to calculate heat dissipation through sweat and calculate the heat storage. And then we can use this to calculate items to calculate metabolic rate. So this is the method we proposed. We are actually using the PHSM in a reverse way. So this is the algorithm we proposed, and we would like to call it predictive metabolic rate model. It has some advantages. First, it is based on a scientifically proven model, and it has great potentials to be implemented through advanced sensors. So this is the sensor system that we proposed for the predictive metabolic rate model. We would need sensors for skin temperature, air temperature, radiant temperature, humidity, sweat rate, and walking speed. We would also need some information imported from the user, including clothing isolation, height, weight, and posture. And we can also get some useful information from internet service like air velocity. Now let's look at some of the detail of the predictive metabolic rate model. We are going to introduce this part, how we can calculate heat dissipation through sweat from sweat rate. Actually, it is a very straightforward method. It only involved with some basic mathematical calculation, and it is a reverse version of the calculation proposed in ISO 17933. If you want to know more about the definition, calculation, or explanation, you can turn to our paper for more information. But today, what we would like to emphasize is the extreme conditions. Because human body is not like normal object, it would have limitation and constraints from itself. So the extreme condition 1 is required sweat rate is larger than maximum sweat rate. It means that sweat rate required to dissipate heat produced during exercise exceeds the sweating capability of the subject. And the second extreme condition is that the required skin wetness is larger than 1.7. It means that the skin is so wet at this point that the evaporation of the sweat on the skin is inhibited. Combines these two conditions, it means that during the exercise, human body has generated so much heat that the body cannot dissipate through sweat efficiently, and it will lead to actual increase of human body temperature, and it might lead to potential heat stroke. So at this point, we cannot use the previous method to calculate heat dissipation through sweat directly from the sweat rate. So how we can deal with this kind of extreme conditions? First, we need to identify the critical metabolic rate. Above this critical metabolic rate, the human body would generate, will face those kind of extreme conditions, like we mentioned before. And this is the method for determination of the critical metabolic rate. It is based on the calculation of the two extreme conditions. Once we find out what is the critical metabolic rate, we can use an iterative method to calculate what the exact metabolic rate would be. First, we will assign a value for metabolic rate, which is 20% higher than critical value. Then we are going to use PHSM to predict sweat rate and skin temperature as ISO 17933 have introduced. Then we will compare the predicted values with the data we collected from the sensor. According to the comparison result, we'll adjust the assumed temperature, assumed metabolic rate, and then we are going to loop to step 2 again, and we continue this looping for several times until the predicted values and the measured values converges. So this is the method that we propose to handle the extreme conditions. So now let's review what we have actually introduced today. First, we propose an algorithm calculating metabolic rate via using predictive history model in a reverse way. And this new algorithm, predictive metabolic rate model, PMRN has the potential to be implemented through advanced sensor technologies and ability to maintain accuracy and convenience at the same time. PMRN also includes detailed methods how to deduce metabolic rate and how to cope with the extreme conditions. Thank you.
Thank you. The presentation is now open for discussion. If there are any questions. I have one question. Did you validate your methodology with the golden standard for the calculation of the energy expenditure? That is the mask and the oxygen measurement.
And actually, we're actually trying to develop one of our prototype to test whether it would be as useful as the because we are actually using the model in a reverse way. So actually, we are trying to build out the prototype right now and to calibrate whether this is actually working as supposed. But right now, it's more like we are using a scientifically proven model and then trying to use it in a reverse way. We hope it will be as accurate as the way it is in as introduced in ISO 7933.
Thank you. Other questions? Thank you very much.